Hey, it's Joe Lines, and I was watching a Dan Kennedy seminar the other day, and it reminded me of this list from Gary Halbert I had, which I'm showing on the screen here. And it talks about the different value of lists, and I think we all know the more you niche down, the more likely someone's going to respond, right? So he talks. It's a really, I'll give you this URL if you want to check it out. But it talks about the worst of all are just random phone numbers out of a phone book. But then what if you selected within a high income area? Hey, that's probably better. But also you can get more and more specific, right? And it talks through a lot of these. What the big aha I had over the weekend from watching Dan Kennedy was, and I do this a lot, and I used to send out over 1 million emails a year at Texas Instruments, sending this out, segmenting our list. The performance was amazingly different. He in the seminars, they talk about, hey, what's more important, your creative you're sending out or the actual list that you're using? And Dan Kennedy said he thought lists were at least 50% of the value. Like you should spend at least half the amount of time selecting your list. I believe Gary Halbert mentions it's more, probably he thinks it's more like 80% of the value, total work should be done on the list segmentation. It's far more important than the creative, the words you're using, right? Yet most people spend a lot of time copywriting and looking at pictures and stuff, yet the list selection is critical. Here's the big aha I had though, was I was watching a seminar and they kept talking about how, see, in this campaign we sent to this group of people, we kept mentioning that they are, like, let's say the Auto Hockey Hero group for me, right? Look, I often segment my list, but I don't let them know that I identified them individually. And when you do that, when you say, hey, hero member, it's like grabbing them by the lapels and shaking them, right? Because they realize you're talking to them. And that was my big, just like, damn, whenever you filter on something, you should try some way to push that into the creative to let them know that you have identified them, because when they think you're talking to them, they're much more likely to actually read it and pay attention to it, because no one wants, it's like a CC on an email. When someone writes it directly to me, I read it. When I'm a CC'd on an email, hey, maybe I'll get to it, maybe I won't, right? So hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day. Cheers.